How to attract more health coaching clients. The 4 key strategies most health coaches don't know and don't understand, and how to find these clients without wasting all your time. All right, let's get into it. Finding health coaching clients is very tricky due to a couple factors. First of all, there's a lot of other coaches out there trying to do the same thing. And second of all, there's so many segments of the health coaching industry, okay? However, there's some very specific strategies for finding more health coaching clients if you do it right that I want to share with you. Now, the first key thing you need to understand of the 4 is you have to focus on sub-niching down to find the right people. Here's the problem. What happens is for example, say somebody's a naturopath, okay? Let's just hypothetically say that's the situation. Well, the problem is you can help a lot of people because you've got this toolbox of skills and techniques and stuff like that that you can help people with a variety of issues. The problem is the market is not necessarily looking for a quote naturopath. If they are, they're generally going to go to Google and Google naturopath and then find all these ads and stuff in your local area. So you're really going to have a tough time. So what do you do and how do you fix this? Well, first thing you can do is you could just go bid on all those keywords that are ridiculously expensive on Google, which I would highly suggest not doing. The second thing that you can do is niche down to what is the biggest thing people want to fix. So instead of being a certified health coach, which is fine, or a naturopath, which again is great, what is the sub niche that you can bring people in who want your help the most? Now, it doesn't mean you have to give up all these other things that you do. It just means you have to lead on your marketing with one specific thing that people want, that they need, and that you can get paid well to do it, right? Once they become a patient or client, you can add in all the other stuff and help them with all these other things. But this is the biggest mistake most health coaches are making that I see in the industry, is they're trying to market all their stuff that they can help people with to everybody. Now, the other part of the sub-niching down is more about them versus what you can do. So first part A is, how can you niche down into your unique thing that, like, is there 1 or 2 key things that you think people need that you can really help them with? That's the first part, like we just talked about. The second part of that is, what is the demographic? Especially with health coaching, human beings are so different at different life stages and different genders and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's like, you can't, be the person to help everybody. So are you able to specifically narrow down to a gender, an age, something that qualifies you, because you can arguably never go deep enough. We want to go super deep and pair the two together, okay? And that's what a lot of coaches make the mistake of doing when they're sub-niching down. They will often be like, well, I'm a naturopath for women, or a man, or whatever it is, right? Well, that's okay, but again, you haven't got all the angles nailed down. So we got to go after both. Specifically, what do you help them with? Okay, what can you be that on the marketing end, narrow, and then hook in, who is it? Man, woman, what ages, all that kind of stuff, and then connect it. And that is a great way to sub-niche down to make you seen as more of the expert versus a commodity. Because the problem online right now with health coaches is there's just millions of people claiming that they're health coaches. Millions, right? And so really your credibility comes down to specificity of who are you the expert at helping, okay? Now, number 2, what you need to do is focus on helping people get out of pain versus into pleasure, okay? This means you need to change your messaging and focusing on that, because you got to remember, think of it this way. When is the last time you woke up in the middle of the night and were like, you know what? I need to go to the wherever pharmacy and get my multivitamins because I haven't taken my multivitamins in like a day. And you know, the long-term effects are really good. It'll help you do this, that, or the other thing. Nobody says that. Okay? How many people have woken up in the middle of the night and been like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. I got to get down to the doctor or the all-night pharmacy or something to fix this pain, right? People are more motivated to get out of pain than they are to get into pleasure, okay? They're more motivated to get away from the pain than they are to have more awesomeness. Does that make sense? And that's the problem, is that what we're doing here is what you're seeing is that most coaches right now are focusing on helping people, health coaches anyways, on being more awesome, how to be more healthier, how to have more awesomeness in your life, expand your horizons, live until you're 100, and all these things. And they're all great, right? They are, obviously. The problem is the market doesn't respond as well to that. That all sounds good, but very few people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'd love to spend $5,000 on longevity stuff and all that. It's a very small market. The vast majority of people are in the area of like, fix my problem. Can you please fix my problem? So what you want to do is focus on the problem fixing versus prevention and awesomeness, because prevention and awesomeness is really hard to sell and people are very more unmotivated. It's like dentist stuff. It's like they constantly will call you about teeth cleanings and come in and come in and come in. But I'll tell you what, when you had a toothache, you don't need to be reminded 4 times to come in. You're like in there. Like, can you get me in now, right? Versus next Tuesday for teeth cleaning, I'll get back to you. Same concept. Okay, so you want to work with people who are more motivated, and that's how you do it. The third thing you need to do is stop focusing on organic marketing strategies, because the problem is like you're hitting a wall with, again, like I said, like millions of health coaches out there. How do you compete? How can you post on Facebook with your 6 followers and be like, hey, here's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. You got to follow me, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't work that way. So what you need to do is realize that it's good to have personal profile. Like, for example, I got 97,000 followers on Facebook. I got about 9,500 followers on LinkedIn, stuff like that. About 25,000 people have registered for my webinar and so on and so forth. So I have social proof, but I don't focus on that. Okay, what do? Well, number 4, focus on ads, as it allows you to get through the noise. Because remember, that's great that you spent 8 years in training and you've got all these, doctorate degrees and certifications. The problem is the market doesn't care. Okay, if they did, your practice would be full right now and you wouldn't be watching this video. And so it's not. And it's not necessarily, quote, quote, your fault, right? It's the fact that there's just endless amounts of people. There's so many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people claiming they can fix the same problem, okay? Or they're as good as you, all right? And so what we need to do is we need to use ads to get your message through the clutter, to get it through the noise, so that you can reach those people in the newsfeed on Facebook, and so that they can see you, register for your stuff, get on your email list. Now you can start to engage them with your content, get them booked on calls, and really do it that way, so that we can take care of this, so that you don't get stuck in the sea of sameness. Because getting stuck in the sea of sameness is not fun. We want to essentially really get this thing to the next level, and the way to do it is that. Now, what I need you to do, I'd like you to do is hit subscribe somewhere around here so I can get you more of these videos. I have a lot more coming out and I think they're going to help you. Click the like button as well. And below in the pinned comments, you're going to see a link to a webinar I have on the snowball system and the 300 words ad strategy I use to attract qualified and fluent coaching clients. I think it's going to really help you a lot. So click that and we will see you over on the webinar.